Good morning. It is Saturday, June 13th. I got up this morning, a bit slow, not really sure what's going on today. And about an hour after getting out of bed, I've gotten things all worked out. Mom and Mike are on their way. We're gonna make a quick trip by Ikea. Mike is redoing stuff in his office at their house, and he needs to kind of look at some of the stuff they have. I've been wanting to replace some furniture in here since, the world shut down. I had just about saved up what I needed to do that, and then I couldn't get it because IKEA won't ship some of the things that I even want. So, despite the fact that it's overpriced and takes 2 to 3 months to get there, they won't even ship all the things I needed, so why bother ordering the other ones? But I checked online. They're missing a couple of the things I want to get, but they have all the furniture bits that need Mike's truck. So I'm like, and those are the things that I need to put time into actually building. So I'm like, let's start with that. That'll be a good starting spot. That I'll get what I need here, and then later on I can make a trip by myself, just in my car. But yeah, it's been a while since we've been out there, and of course it'll be different. The restaurant's closed. We're gonna try and be making it a quick trip to get in and out. I've already pretty much gotten everything I need noted, so we just kind of gotta run through and get it. And then Mike will look at stuff on his end as well. But that's a nice thing. I like going to IKEA. That'll be fun. And we have arrived in line, which goes for quite a ways, but everyone's 6 feet apart, so maybe it'll go by quickly. About 25-30 minutes into waiting. We've passed quite a bit, but there's a whole nother section. But after about 45 minutes, 50 minutes wait, we've cleared the last bit of the line and are getting to enter. And they've rejoined me. Hej! That's how we say hello in Swedish, in case you didn't know. And it definitely does feel a little bit empty in here. Especially just the overall sound. With the restaurant closed, you're usually greeted by like just sort of a roar of noise, but no, not now. And I'm looking at a few shelf options that I'm not positive about in here, but I guess I don't really have to make final decisions on all of them. I guess I need to decide if I want to pick up one of these to go on top of my entertainment center, which really it should be on the floor, but I figure, who cares? Yeah, that's kind of my thought. I'm like, as long as I secure it into the wall and it rests firmly on the entertainment center, I think it should be fine. I mean, obviously they give their things here about mounting it, but I mean...
Are you buying some of these?
I don't think I'll buy those. I think I will buy, and I don't know if I'll get them today or not because I can just come get them in my car, but possibly those or drawers. So, but I could obviously mix and match as needed, or leave open as needed. And they're all the same as the entertainment center shelves, so I could also mix and match with the baskets I already have for that. And Mike's looking at some desk options, including like the desk that I have. And I'm definitely not looking into it yet, but they do have desks that have adjustable height, so you could do sit, stand. And I mean, this is very big. I wouldn't want that, but the tops are sold separately for the legs for those. I have considered possibly especially for the desk out in the living room where I work now, might be nice to be able to adjust whether I'm sitting or standing when I'm there for 8 hours. So I might do that at some point, but I'm not there yet. And after Mike looked at the desks, we cut around through the shortcuts to get into the end of the top floor, because nothing I need to look at up here. I have some stuff to look at downstairs, and then I already have all my numbers for what I'm getting written out. So I did that at home. I prepared, and they just put a bunch of curtains up to block off the cafe. And there are a couple things that I need other than furniture. One is a new kettle. It's annoying to clean, so I don't. I'd rather just replace it. So, got that. And another thing on the same lane as that, trivets, because they're cork and they get dirty and you just can't clean those. So, but again, they're what, a couple dollars, so I'll just replace those. Yeah, and they lasted what, a little over a year. And now Mom needs to look in home organization before we go to the self-serve. So we'll just cut through to that. And now look, we're here. And Mom has got what she needed, so now one last shortcut to get into the whatever wall decor, and that's the last section before self-serve, where I get to fill up a giant cart with furniture. And so I got my giant pallet full of shelves and shelving and a chair and etc. Much of which is why I needed to make sure I could come when Mike could come. And so I got what I needed. It was $470-ish. But yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure I got what I needed now. So that's taking care of a new chair and stuff for the living room, basically. About 2 hours, including the wait.
What time is it?
2:06, yeah. About 2 hours, including the time waiting in line.
Kind of surprising.
Goodbye, Ikea. And I am home. Got stuff over there and here. And I don't exactly know when I'm going to get it put together. Or the order it'll get put together or any of that. The chair, I guess, can be built at any point. To replace the one that's in there and get rid of the broken one out here. As the shelves get built, they need to replace these ones. Which means all the stuff comes off of them, has to sit somewhere for a bit. The new shelf has to be put up, secured to the wall. They're not going to be quite as deep, so I'll get a little more space that way. And I have the extensions; they should be able to go all the way to the ceiling, basically. Yeah, and the goal at some point with that is then to try and get like a chair or a love seat or something that can go in front of them. So I'll have some seating in this room other than just this office chair that I use for work. I'm gonna lay down for a bit. It's a lot of... This stuff is heavy. Particularly the buoys are very heavy. And I knew that. I definitely know it. I got enough of them. I'm gonna relax for a bit. And I laid down for like an hour. Definitely cooled off and feeling better in that regards. Feet still ache. Ooh. One thing is like, what can I do? One of the easy things I can do is I have this Svalnus. It's like a shelf that goes on this rail system. I don't got no rail system. That's not why I got it. I have this computer that's sitting on a piece of cardboard. Well, I'm not a big fan of that, so now it's on a nice shelf raised off of the ground. It's secure. Wonderful. Actually, that one looks a little bit nicer than the one that I have this computer on. I almost wish I would have gotten two and just replaced the other one. But the other one functions just fine, so I guess it'll continue to work. This is just getting it off of the cardboard that was starting to bend where it was sitting. Well, alright, at least one thing got done. And as much fun as the Ikea trip was today, that's not all the fun I'll be having today, because they're also having a a worship night at church. And I do not know if I will be able to stand and sort of dance and enjoy the time in worship, or if I'll just be doing it from my seat, because my feet hurt after walking around Ikea for, well, I guess standing in line to get in and then walking around for, a couple hours. Yeah, feet are sore. But either way, I do love to just get into worship, so I didn't want to skip out on the evening when it's been so long since we're just now getting back into church at all, and it had been a while since we'd had like a worship night like that before, and didn't want to miss it. So yeah, heading up to church, gonna enjoy some worship.
We have the privilege of serving here at Life Church. Welcome to Life Church. This is Tim, this is Ben, and Heather. She's in the quiet thing. And tonight is not a night for teaching. Tonight is not a Bible study. It's an evening to encounter Jesus. And this church started 6.5 years ago, September 2013. It was born out of worship. We gathered every Friday night for probably 18 months, just Christians across the St. Louis area with one goal, one purpose, just to worship. It wasn't a Bible study. It wasn't a teaching night. It was just encounter Jesus.
You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. I exalt thee. I exalt thee. Oh Lord. And that was a fun evening, just like hour and a half, some acoustic worship, praise, just loving on Jesus. Gotta love that. But heading home now. Probably make myself a quick frozen pizza and get to bed. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues.